In today's Krunker video, they added themes. Now you might be asking yourself, CJ, what is themes in Krunker? Well, the most basic way to put them is they're kind of like a CSS if you know what that is. A CSS, if you don't know what it is, I think it's just a fancy name we started using, but it is a programming language, and the way you make a CSS is by changing a bunch of code inside of the website. If you guys watch my normal videos, you guys know I have a normal CSS, but I took it off for this video, but I'll have some footage of it on screen right now. So a CSS or a theme can change the way your game looks, and Krunker actually just added an official one. We're going to be going over that in this video, showing you how to get it and just talking about the future of themes and CSSs and such. Now, if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, please leave a like as it does help with the YouTube algorithm. And then I don't say this much anymore, but if you guys are new, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe as it does help the channel a lot. We're trying to get to 200K. And of course, if you guys are going to be buying any Krunkies for Krunker Season 5, please use creator code SORABLE. It is by far the best way to support the channel. Let's hop right into themes. So Krunker themes, what are they? How can you get them? So as I mentioned, this is pretty much just a fancy way to say CSS, and CSS changes the way that your game is looked. A lot of you guys ask me why my game looks the way it does, and it's because I have a CSS. So this is what normal Krunker looks like, and this is what Krunker looks like with my CSS. Obviously, it's a tad scuffed because they keep on changing the UI a bunch, but this is what it looks like typically. And by the way, this is just a variation of the verb CSS or the quacky CSS, and this is what Krunker looks like with its first official theme. This is what it looks like. This is the NASA theme. And honestly, it doesn't look bad. I like how all the stuff is up here and kind of curved. It reminds me of Halo oddly. I like how just the background gameplay is in black and white while you're in this menu. Still got the click to play in the middle as always. You might be asking yourself, CJ, how do I edit my character? It's this button over here that says customize, and it pops up with your character, which looks super cool. I like that a lot. You got your KR and junk down here along with your inbox, and then host, server, comp, invite, join, and etc. Then over here you can even type in a message that just says hi YouTube. You type it and it pops up in game. I believe this is spectate, and then this is KPD if I wanted to do so. Now the way you get the NASA theme is super easy. Literally everyone has it. Now I will say this theme might affect your FPS if you're on a lower tier PC, so keep that in mind, but everyone should be able to use it. If you just go to the settings and type in theme, as you guys can see under interface, there's game theme, and we have default and NASA, which makes me believe that they're going to add much more CSSs and themes in the future. And I think this is just absolutely a no-brainer. This makes so much sense. So many people want CSSs, but I feel like the way you get CSSs is very confusing to most normal consumers, so this makes it so much more streamlined. By the way, if you guys don't want to look it up and just want to know where it's at in your settings, it's under display, and it's literally the first thing. It's game theme. You just click on it, change the default, or click on it, change the NASA. And speaking of people wanting CSSs, I know you guys really want my CSS, even though it's really not that cool, but if you guys do want my CSS, I will say if this video gets 2,500 likes, I will publicly release my CSS. And that makes your game look like my game. So if you guys want my CSS 2,500 likes, I know you guys can do it. So we've talked about how it looks normally. Let's hop in game and talk about how it looks. So honestly, I think it looks super duper cool. You got your ping and your FPS in the top left. You have your timer in the top middle. You have the kill feed in the top right. It actually looks super duper clean. In the bottom left, of course, you have your chat, your health, your XP bar at the very bottom. In the middle is actually interesting. I saw a bunch of letters and numbers that weren't making much sense, but that's actually for 4 kills, 2 deaths, 0 streak, and how many points I have. And then of course in the bottom right you have how much ammo you have left. So honestly, for a completely free CSS and just in the game by default, this is a really cool CSS. So if I get killed by this guy, it's just going to show what I got killed by, if it was a headshot or not, and how many points they got, which is really cool. And obviously you don't really need to know who did what to you, because just all you know is that you're dead. But nonetheless, I think it's a really cool feature, and I don't know, just something about this feels really neat. Maybe it's just the fact it's a new CSS, I don't know, but it just feels really unique. And it's kind of crazy how we have official CSSs in Krunker. Now that brings me to my next point. Oh, by the way, this is how the leaderboard looks. It looks honestly kind of sick if I'm being completely honest with you. I like how it says NASA literally everywhere, and this just looks awesome. It seems like, okay, never mind, I got disconnected. Absolute classic, let's go baby. Even the loading screen's different. I kind of like that. But with every CSS I've ever had, it seems like with every Krunker update something gets messed up. Like right now on my original CSS, all of like the tab menu things are just really weird to click on. Like server and host game are like directly on each other, so I have to be very precise when I'm pressing a button, or maybe even some things are completely unusable when it gets updated because the UI changes. So obviously Krunker's, oh that's cool, it has a reload animation thingy. Or it did, now it doesn't. I'm so confused. But anyways, they're gonna have to constantly be updating this to their own UI, and if they're ever gonna add more, which I'm assuming they're going to, they're just gonna have to update it constantly. There it is, but why is it there sometimes and sometimes it's not? It's just gonna be super duper weird to keep these constantly updated. Who did I just shoot? I really like that kill feed, like a lot. So since there's a new CSS in game, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just try to play a little bit. I'm gonna talk about a few things before getting into it, but I think I'm just gonna go in, try to get a quad feed, and probably even try to get a nuke, just to show you guys what the CSS looks like to its best ability. But I'm super interested to see where these official themes go, because if we just look up something simple like Krunker CSS and just type it in and then wait, you're gonna see probably a bunch of CSSs. This is a CSS that looks really cool. I've seen a lot of these, and I would not doubt if in the future this becomes an official theme. I just think this looks super clean. It'd be really cool if they brought back like a throwback CSS that makes it look like old Krunker. I would love that. I would absolutely want that in game. And it'd be a nice throwback to the OGs. There's something like this, which I'm not super duper personally crazy about, but it's there. They have this CSS. This is the default CSS. And yeah, there's just a lot of things you can do in terms of CSS. It's just not that easy, especially if you're just a casual player, to get one on your own. There's even super cool ones like this. But yeah, just to the general consumer, it's kind of hard to get your hands on one, and then knowing how to install it and such is weird. So the fact they're adding official CSSs, I think is just the absolute right move. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Maybe some of you CSS connoisseurs just won't like these official themes. We're just gonna have to see. But please let me know what you guys think about the first official CSS inside of Krunker. One thing that's gonna be hard for me to do is stop calling it a CSS. I probably will always call it a CSS, even though it's technically more like a theme. But yeah, I'm just super excited to see where this goes. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be extremely happy about this. Use creator code Sorable. What's your YouTuber twit? Horribly Sorable. Krunker chat should not be free. So I know I talked for a little bit, but now I'm gonna get into the gameplay. And as I mentioned, I'm just gonna go for a nice little quad feed and probably a nuke, just to see how everything looks inside of this CSS. We're gonna be able to see where the nuke thing pops up at. Same with the care package. We're gonna see how the quad feed looks, etc. I just can't believe it took this long to add this into the game. Not in a bad way. I'm just surprised literally no one had thought about it. I've never heard anyone mention just Krunker themes in game. Maybe it just felt like too far-fetched. But one thing that I think everyone forgets about is Krunker is all about customization. So I'm super glad this is finally in the game, and I really hope this just makes the game 10 times better. It'd even be really cool if somehow, I know this is stretching it a little bit, if somehow they made modular themes to where maybe you could try to make your own from other themes in game, or maybe move some stuff around. I know I'm stretching a little bit, but I think it'd be really cool. Imagine you've spent 20 days of in-game playtime honing and mastering your skill, and then Yogi Master 8 appears. So I guess the question is, am I going to stop using my CSS in order to use this one? Most likely not. Mine's just tailored to me. It's literally my logo, my colors, everything. So I'll probably end up just using that one still, because I feel like that makes sense. But if the right in-game CSS ever comes to the game, I will most definitely use it. And I like this NASA one a lot. It just isn't quite for me. I don't know what that was, but it felt really cool. Imagine tanking a sniper shot, then a deagle shot, and just being like, yep, I'm chilling. Bro, you hit me with a pebble, I'm on the ground. I'm so bad at the game! Ah! Oh my god, that would have been insane! I love that. Taking the shot, then reloading it, like especially if it hits, looks so clean. I know this ginger kid killed me a few times with shotgun and said I suck. Tempted to go shotgun to show him what a real shotgun really looks like. What do you guys think? Oh, oh my god, that would have been disgusting. Okay, yeah, we're doing it just to show him how it's done. I feel bad about this, but it's the way it must be done. Gotcha. 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 Hey, buddy. Gotcha. Hey, gotcha. Hey, that's a quad feed. Man, shotgunning's so much fun and so hard. But alas, I must respect myself. Oh my god. What am I doing today? Chat, what am I doing today? Going back to the thought of module CSSs, just something simple like changing your text to what you want it to be really cool. By the way, I just want to let you guys know that we're having our best month ever in terms of creator code. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for using my creator code. There's hundreds of views and you guys always choose to use mine. I just want to say thank you guys so much. It allows me to do my content full time, and it really means the world to me, and I really can't express to you how appreciative I am of it. So I want to say thank you guys so much. I know some people call my content boring. I know some people don't like my content, but the people who do really make my day. It make this whole YouTube thing and just living thing absolutely worth it. So once again, I just want to say thank you to anyone who's ever supported me. I know a lot of YouTubers say this, but it genuinely means the world to me, and I would not be where I'm at right now without you guys. Moral of the story, I love you. That black and white camo looks really sick, actually. Imagine if they made like a black and white rainbow type thing that looks like this. That looks nice. I like that. See, I'm hitting some nutty shots. I just can't find 4 people in front of me. Was that a quad? I bet it was. I will never know till I edit this video though. Maybe? I don't know. It felt really fast. It was a plus like 765, so surely? And it did have that like fast reload shot thing that I really wanted to do. You know, I've been thinking this whole time while playing Crank, being like, man, people kill themselves a lot, like exclusively in Cranked. But I just made the realization that they are just blowing up from the Crank timer. I promise I'm not as stupid as I seem, or maybe I'm way more stupid than I come off. So I am not positive if that was a quad feed. It felt really fast and it was super cool. Plus we've hit other type feeds in this video. So we're just gonna call that a quad feed, and I'm somewhat sure that it was. And now we're gonna be exclusively going for the nuke. I just noticed something. Maybe the reload logo pops up when you need to reload. I feel like that makes more sense actually now that I think about it. That was a sick last kill. Alright, so as you guys can see, the nuke thing pops up in the bottom right. That actually does look quite clean. I do like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the NASA CSS in the comments down below. Do you guys like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you prefer the original Krunker CSS, or do you guys like mine better? Speaking of which, like I said, if you guys get 2,500 likes, I will be publicly releasing my CSS, and I will be including that later in a video that shows how to put it on. Just go in and call him this nuke real quick. Same old nuke sound as usual, and I finally died. I always die whenever I call him the nuke. You guys saw I had the nuke for so long, but this is the brand new CSS or theme NASA, and we got 6 kills with the nuke. My lord. Let's go. That was a good game. I like that. I feel like we haven't nuked on Little Town in a hot minute, so it seemed fair. And yeah, I think it's amazing that they're finally adding CSSs into the game by default. I think it only makes sense. It helps the people who don't know how to install CSSs themselves, and honestly, I think this is such a great idea. But I guess we're just gonna have to see what they do with it next. I showed a bunch of really cool CSSs on screen. Not necessarily that they should add those ones, but I'd really like to see ones like those be added to the game by default. But for now, I think that's going to do it for the brand new Krunker theme NASA. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again, and as always, it's been your boy, CJ Or Sorable. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.